Alex Pereira once again has the chance to showcase his dominance with a win over Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 320. This coming Saturday, the premier promotion returns to Las Vegas for UFC 320, headlined by a light heavyweight title rematch between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira. When the two first clashed earlier this year at UFC 313, Ankalaev pulled off the upset win, dominating Pereira in the striking for 5 rounds. And ahead of their rematch on Saturday, the tension between the two has been growing, and they almost clashed in an awkward meeting at the UFC PI earlier this week. Poten's title reign in the UFC began not long after his official signing with the promotion, and he was fast-tracked to the title. And during his reign, the Brazilian rapidly became the most popular combat sports star in the world, and was the face of the UFC for several years. However, when he lost to the Russian champion earlier this year, he seemingly lost a lot of his star power, and he has somewhat faded into the background over the last few months. Despite that, the 38-year-old has chance to once again recapture his popularity with a big win in Las Vegas this Saturday. And if Pereira does manage to make the correct adjustments, he could become the first fighter in modern history to be a 3-time UFC champion in 2 different weight classes. The only other fighter to have accomplished the feat is UFC legend Randy Couture, who did so in 2003 at UFC 44 when he beat Tito Ortiz. Mind blown emoji, bar chart emoji. Alex Pereira has the chance to become the first modern-era UFC fighter to be a 3-time UFC champion in 2 different weight classes. The last and only person to accomplish this was Randy Couture in 2003 at UFC 44. pic.twitter.com/fupshkl. During his time as the light heavyweight champion, it seemed inevitable that Poten would move up to heavyweight considering his size. And ahead of his UFC 320 fight, the Brazilian has once again teased a future move up to the weight class in an attempt to become the first ever champion of 3 weight classes.